Hello dear viewers, welcome to our channel. It's very good to have you here. In today's video we are going to see how to check pinion gear and overrunning clutch assembly. Now when the engine is being cranked by the starter motor, the overrunning clutch should allow power transfer from the armature to the flywheel via this pinion gear. But once the engine is started, the overrunning clutch has to disconnect power flow so that the armature and all the starter motor components are protected. Now in order to check the overrunning clutch, there are some basic things that we need to do. The first thing is make sure that the overrunning clutch assembly slides freely on the spline. See, there is a spline here. Make sure that the overrunning clutch assembly slides freely. If it is not sliding freely, it means either the splines have some damage or some dirt has accumulated under here. So clean the splines and apply some grease so that it can slide freely. For this starter motor also we do the same thing. Make sure that it is sliding freely. This one has a little resistance. It means this part needs cleaning and lubrication. The spline, it needs cleaning and lubrication if there is too much resistance to the slide. The whole assembly should slide until it is stopped by this stop collar. So the number one thing you need to check is check that the starter overrunning clutch assembly is sliding freely. And then the second test, make sure that the starter overrunning clutch is functioning properly. That can be checked by rotating the pinion gear in different directions. Now for example, in one direction it should turn freely. For example, when I'm turning it like this, as you can see, the pinion is turning freely. In the opposite direction, when I turn in opposite direction, it should take the whole assembly together and then it should start rotating the armature. This way it is free, and this way, however, it will start turning the armature as a unit. So this indicates that this overrunning clutch, because it is serving like a one-way clutch, it means that this is functioning properly. We do the same for this also. Turn it in one direction, it should run free. Turn it in opposite direction, it will take the whole assembly with it. As you can see, when turning in opposite direction, the whole assembly moves as a unit. Once the starter clutch assembly reaches the collar and it's prevented from sliding on the spline, then it should take the whole armature assembly with it. Now, always make sure that they are working in such a fashion. It should allow rotation only in one direction. Otherwise, if it is free in both directions, if it is free in this direction and if it is free in this direction as well, it means power flow is disconnected from the starter armature side. So the overrunning clutch requires replacement or some form of maintenance is required. And the other thing, on some starter motor clutch, if you hold this housing assembly and then rotate it freely, you can do the test. But on some overrunning clutch, doing that will have a problem. Look, now for this, it is stuck on both directions. But when I let it go, see, when I let go, holding the overrunning clutch housing can sometimes be misleading. As you can see on this big starter motor, when I hold it, it is not rotating. But when I let it go, it rotates in one direction and then it will freewheel in the other direction. The other tests that we can perform on a starter motor clutch assembly is check the gear condition. Check the condition of the teeth. Make sure they are all in a similar fashion and check for excessive wear and excessive damage. And also check the leading side of the starter gear. Should not be extremely damaged. The leading side should not be extremely damaged. They will get damaged from excessive engagement. So make sure that the teeth is in a very good condition. Do the same for this also. So all the teeth, they have to be get checked and make sure that they are not extremely damaged. If you would like to see the internal construction and operation of the overrunning clutch, we have another video on this channel. Do check it in the description below. So dear viewers, this is how to perform simple clutch pinion or starter motor overrunning clutch check. If you like this video, please smash the like button. If you are new here, do consider subscribing and turn on notification so that you will be notified whenever we come up with another video. We'll see you in another video. Till then, stay safe.